Charles and Eddie, and would I lie to you? Of course you would. It's all part of real love.
What?
Husbands and wives are always honest with each other.
Oh, I guess the white lies are okay.
Yeah,
the
of
white
course.
lies are okay. That's what
White
you mean,
lies are
right?
there all the time.
Right, FD?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And a couple of bigger ones. But we're not
hey,
gonna go down
wait,
there.
hang on. Okay.
Time for us to go live on Facebook.
Yes, and for this hour, we're going to speak to Yamini. Welcome back.
Hi.
Lifestyle correspondent at the Straits Times. We always have a ton of fun together.
Yes.
And we always look forward to the news that you're bringing to us. And for today, this one I personally like. Yes.
Shopping
I would live in
malls?
one if I could.
You would live in a shopping mall.
Why? You know, you like if you just
Such a
stay in the
woman.
various stores, you know what I mean? Every day
Terrible.
I'll spend one night in one store.
Your husband must be scared as hell.
Sorry.
So
Never
we're
sweat,
looking.
yes.
We're looking at how they're being revamped, but we also have a prize to give away in this hour.
That's right. Now, we always ask a very simple question on our Facebook Live. And with that, if you answer correctly, you will win for yourself $150 worth of dining vouchers. This comes from Eminami. Yes, and they are a Vietnamese halal certified place where you can try the signature rich beef soup noodles, the pho bo, as well as the banh mi. I love the Vietnamese baguette. You know what I mean?
It's so good.
Oh. And so all the dishes are crafted from family original recipes, and it's made entirely from scratch. And all the ingredients are sourced from Vietnam itself. Check them out.
The
Yes.
question that's going to be running across the bottom of our screen is, which two malls are we talking about? So you are going to have to listen to us to find that out. Okay?
Yes.
So let's kick this off. Malls stories. Yamini, thank you so much for joining us again.
Always good to be here.
So your article actually comes out, 5th
December 5th. Yeah.
So let's talk about this. What is this revamping of malls?
So basically, I mean, it starts with West Mall and cities. I mean, a bunch of these malls are a bit older. So I'll give you my background. West Mall. I live in the West. I went to school in the West. We didn't have many options for hanging out.
Yeah.
King Albert Park or West Mall.
Yeah.
And the most exciting thing there for many years was Coffee Bean and Pastamania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Zippity-doo-dah.
And then when finally like Lau Lau, or if that's the first one you open, I was like, oh, wow, okay, you know, and then like now there's a mixture. I was like, oh, okay, it's getting interesting. And finally, they have also decided, yes, it's time. We've been here for more than 20 years. It's time for us to try and be a bit more exciting. With Tenga coming up as well,
Yes,
you know,
yes, that's
a
gonna
lot
be
of
big.
young families.
Yeah.
It's basically PM Lawrence Wong called it the Punggol of the West. It's going to be have a few
Wow.
years, yeah. It's going to basically be sort of the hub for all these young families, and
Yeah.
they're going to want more from their malls. And I think the mall realized that as well, you know. So as it happens, a bunch of things have been closing down there as well. So it's been a good opportunity for them to sort of review, renew the tenant mix. Yeah. So they've done a big refurbishment of the basement. They expanded the space. My parents initially didn't even realize it. They didn't go down, you see. So they thought nothing changed. Like, and then I went there. I was like, no, there's more stuff here. You know, there's like a Paris baguette, which I know you guys will be like, that's so big. No, but
they do
For
some,
the West,
they do some good
Paris
stuff.
baguette is a good thing.
No, but they do
there?
some good food.
They do, and it was
Yes.
just compared to what was there before, it was just adding so much more interest to
Yeah,
the mix.
yeah.
You know? And there's like a Guccia there now, which is like a sort of first to single. Yeah, and then a few things that are first in the West. So you're like, okay, you know, finally it's more than just a functional mall. Before it was like, okay, yeah, it's there. You got your Popular, you got your Value Dollar, you know, you got your Cold Storage.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, there's more things to go explore and check out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Alrighty.
We are going to talk more about that because it's actually, this is just one of two malls that we're going to be talking about in this hour itself. We're going to hop on over to our Facebook Live. Come and join us.
Good time.
I just said I don't have headphones. Is that
Yeah, headphones.
Sorry,
We
I
need
did-
headphones for this lady.
You just cup your
Ta-da.
hands.
but it sounded fine. Like I guess
Yes,
I don't
No,
need
you
it.
were
just
fine.
cup your hands like
You
this,
were
Ken,
brilliant.
already. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live. And we are here to talk to our lifestyle correspondent and a regular who we adore here at 1FM. She's from the Straits Times, Yamini. And you're here to talk about an article that you did that will come up very, very soon on the 5th of December. So this is like, preview.
This is preview.
Oh.
So we were talking about West Mall. So apparently the front yard has been redesigned. It's now a more inclusive public space. do you think that this is going to start helping to shape a sense of community?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, first of all, like now it's got like steps similar to the steps at Star Vista. Okay, now I need to adjust expectations here. This is not like as big as the Star
I
Vista
love
steps,
this.
but it's a place for people to just sit and hang out while waiting for friends.
Nice.
It's right next to the MRT, and before it was just sort of like an open space, and if they had sales, they just put a tentage.
Sure.
But now it's actually sheltered, so it's like you don't have to be like hurrying over from the MRT. It's like you can just kind of hang out and chill. And the thing is, I think a lot of us want that from our malls.
Of
We don't
course.
just want to be walking around eating and shopping. We
Yes.
just sometimes just want to sit and just like. The Star Vista steps are really popular. I like hanging out there and just like, after a meal, just like chatting and stuff. So they've actually started using it as a screening space, like to screen like NDP,
Yeah.
National Day Parade. They screen that. Yeah. So it's not like, I'm not going to say this is some radical, like, wow, it's like this amazing big space. But it's small steps, baby steps. And I think it does really add to the fact that, okay, it's a place we can hang out as a neighborhood. It's
Okay,
where
yeah.
our
No, but
neighborhood
it's
hang out.
nice. And
Yeah.
like you said, maybe this is what people really want. They want these nice spaces where, the community spirit can be encouraged and they can just hang out. I like
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
Nice. What about F&B? You mentioned Paris baguette. Hey, that's a big thing because I started in Chua Chu Kang. Paris baguette would be a big thing for us too.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
I love Thai Mei, like, yeah. So there's like, I think just these are like a slightly more hip places.
I mean, let's just say that it's giving you, you don't have to journey all the way to town, right? And you can get all of that goodness right in your mall just outside your home.
Exactly.
Why
Yeah.
not? And
But that's the idea.
Yeah, you're not just sort of like, oh yeah, I guess we'll go for lunch and that's what's there. Now it's like, oh, I can choose from a few different things. Like
Nice.
there's, sort of this Hatsumi, Donburi and Soba, which is the first in the West. Then you've got this sort of like a Korean kimbap kiosk. Okay, it's a kiosk, but like they were first in Tanjong Pagar Plaza. So it's like, oh, there's one in the West. So you feel like, okay, like, it's not just like it's been everywhere in Singapore and now finally they've like decided to venture over to this part of Singapore, which sometimes I think people in the West sometimes feel like that, like Gem might be one of our Jurong Point and Gem, and those are very far apart places. I mean,
Sure,
Jurong
sure.
Point is so far away.
Sure.
So, it's like, oh, finally we've got something more more to think about.
That's good. That's very, very good. So, I mean, with Tenga and the other new estates that are actually changing their demographics, how do these malls, like the West Mall that you've mentioned, reflect and also influence the lifestyle of these emerging communities?
Yeah, so I think like before, okay, so like I said, I've grown up in this area all my life. I was talking to a friend who lives in Jurong East and we were just like, West Mall, and she was like, yeah, man, West Mall. Yeah, and I think now she's not going to say that, she would be more likely to say, yeah, hey, let's go have a meal,
Let's go hang out.
Yeah, let's go hang out. And also, I think people also, like you said, you like malls, you like hanging out there. It's nice if it's a fun place to hang out and not just kind of like your only option to go to,
Yeah.
And I think also like that whole area is like developing because
Okay.
the Jurong regional line is coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Hillview, the condos
Yes.
coming up as
Yes,
well.
yes.
So they also go over to Bukit Batok because it's either Bukit Panjang, People like to travel a bit, but sometimes they don't want to go all the way to town. They don't want to go all the way to the east, which is a hassle. And it's like, okay, I think also it sort of signals to people, look, West Mall's looking to do something different and hopefully, new players will come in there as well and it'll become a mini gem.
Do you
nice.
see it actually competing with the East? Is the West eventually going to catch up? Because we've always been a kind of dead spot, right?
Yeah. I would like it to. But it's slow going. The West Mall thing doesn't give me hope because at least someone is trying something, There are a couple of these other malls which I am curious to see what happens because they're maybe integrated with like a condo and so far it's like they are very standard, your tuition, your eye clinics or whatever. It's like, well, yeah, maybe you get like a little fast food there or something. It'd be nice to see if they also try to do something more, offer more retail, more of these public spaces where people can also just hang out and sit down. The example I'm going to bring up later, City Square Mall, they also tried to make it a bit more communal.
Okay.
Like, add these sort of sitting areas and stuff.
Yeah.
And even I came here last time to talk about Weave, and they've also like tried to put like seating there because they're like, people do want that,
Yeah.
And that's, so your mall, like if it's sort of your place out to hang out. And the weather here is so bad that yes, malls end up being our default hangout spot. So like I think like we want them to sort of reflect the Singapore as like a cosmopolitan sort of futurist, future forward place.
I've never been able to understand this competition between East and West, and why East is always seen as better until you talk about it now, and then you realize. Yeah, we don't have.
From that respect, yeah, we have like Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, so we've got the greenery. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got the greenery. We don't have the malls.
Yeah, we don't have the happening gathering spots.
Okay,
that's the thing. The East does.
Yeah, the East has its own IKEA. I mean, we've got like a IKEA here in Alexandra, but that's more like Southwest. It's not even really.
You've got one. You've got one in the mall.
Gem, yeah. But then a lot of things you have to order online and then go back there. It's like, oh, okay, I have to come back here.
It's very different.
This is like first world problems, huh?
Yes.
But we are a very like developed, progressed country, so I think we're allowed to sort of have expectations, push the envelope.
So I would like to reach out to the government at this point in time. Will you all please read this article on the 5th of December and then do something about the malls?
No, but you see, I think, Yamini, you've got a really, really good point. You think back, like, where do we go? Where are these, like, communal spaces where we can go and just hang out? And then actually you realize, it's really at the malls, right?
Yeah, and actually, like speaking of the government, actually, the library there at Bukit Batok, it's going to become bigger.
Yeah.
It's going to become
nice.
2 floors.
It's gonna be huge.
So actually, the malls are starting to be the home grounds for these libraries. If you've noticed, a lot of the standalone ones have closed. They're all shifting to the libraries.
Yes.
So that's another sort of indication that we are really relying on these malls to be the sort of third space outside of work and
just sort of like that hub, that hub. Yeah. Okay,
let's come in a little closer. City Square. They've always focused on their sustainability, their adaptive reuse, which turns ordinary items into design statements. How are these choices supposed to shape how people think about everyday consumption?
So when I went to take the tour of the renovated City Square Mall, the designer was pointing out like, these floor indicators which say 3, 4, 5, they're made of recycled Meiji bottle caps. And the moment she said that, I was like, so when I recycle something, it actually gets used into something else, it gets upcycled. Because I think a lot of people have the perception, whether true or not, that it all ends up in the same trash. We sort it, but does it actually get recycled?
That's a very good point. We're going to talk more about that in just a second on air. Come and join us. Hey, good morning. Turn back time. Aqua right here on the morning drive with FD, Lavinia, and also our special guest and a regular that we adore, Yamini, the lifestyle correspondent at the Straits Times, here to talk us about how malls are really switching up, bringing up their game, and really creating these great spaces for all of us to enjoy. And we were talking about City Square Mall and how they do focus on using sustainable materials in the rebuild, right? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so basically they've always been a so-called eco mall, but that was very interior. You wouldn't tell from the outside, But now with the design, they've actually put it literally in the tiles. You can look at it. So I just mentioned the Meiji bottle cap floor indicators. So if you see like blue and white signs saying 3, 4, 5, those are made from Meiji bottle caps. There's also tiles made from bubble wrap, and you can actually tell they are made from bubble wrap because they have the texture of bubble wrap. Again, I was like, hang on, the bubble wrap I recycle gets reused? I was very excited to hear that because I just assumed it all goes to the same landfill incinerator situation. It made me realize, okay, so there are people doing interesting things with recycling. It's not just a sort of exercise of we are attempting to be sustainable. No, people are trying new things, and this is an example that we can see. We can feel, and it's a very aesthetic as well. It's beautiful. It looks really nice. Yeah, beautiful blue color, and the Meiji ball caps look like marble almost. So I thought, this is great. And they also put signs around the mall to say, hey, these are made from recycled Meiji bottle caps.
Oh, that's nice.
These benches were made from old timber that we recycled from the previous iteration of the mall. It says on the bench itself. So you're looking down, you're sitting, you're like, this is an upcycled piece of furniture, and that I'm enjoying right now. So I think it gives people sort of a accessibility. You know. They don't just, because sustainability, it's really just a lot of numbers.
Sure.
But so many people are content with what they have, and are very adverse to change. You spoke to designers. Well, how did they work around that?
I mean, yes and no. I think people are content when it's something that is old but has a purpose to being old. So, for instance, our old National Library that I always talk about, it was a sort of a piece of heritage, and we all had like a sort of nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, these malls, I think because they're relatively new, even in the grand scheme of things, I don't think they necessarily have that same sense of character. So people are sort of more interested. I don't think people notice that much. I think they think, oh, okay, great, it's a refresh. We are trying to update ourselves.
Yeah.
And to be fair, these are not like massive overhauls. They're, I
Okay.
mean, you still see a lot of the same things, and you may not necessarily see some of the changes as well unless you're paying attention. But the vibe is different. You may not
Okay.
even realize. You come in and you're like, oh, the atrium looks so much more interesting, more visually striking, the way it's been designed
Right.
now. Yeah. The colors will make you feel different. You may not
Yeah.
realize the colors are different.
Okay.
Oh, so there is really a lot to look forward to, especially in this new year of 2026, I would say.
Yeah.
And I guess, all these malls, right? If you've been around long enough, it's like your own home. You want to, revamp and do some renovation, So, yeah.
I've been wanting to do renovation forever. My wife won't let me do it.
Oh, is it?
She goes, we'll wait.
For 2026 lah.
I think she's waiting for 36.
So yeah, the malls, I think they waited like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, you see, so I've still got a way to go.
Oh, no.
And they did it in phases, right?
Okay. We are actually going to carry on with our discussion about these malls. But before we head on to Facebook Live, and we do want you to come and join us, remember our Facebook Live question, which two malls have we been talking about? If you can tell us that, you might just win for yourself these dining vouchers from Imi Nami, a great Vietnamese place that's halal certified, worth $150. So Yamini, we just want to say thank you for joining us on the show on air right now, but she's still going to be with us on our Facebook Live, and thank you for sharing about what we can look forward to when it comes to the malls, especially in Singapore. There's plenty to look forward to, so let's head on over to our Facebook Live.
Actually, I can show you guys the
Oh!
indicators and the bubble wrap. You can see the bubble wrap, right?
Oh, I wish we could put that up to the camera.
And you can flash it to the camera. Hold it to the camera. Oh no, cannot come.
No.
You grab her
Wait.
phone. You grab her phone, and then you
Okay,
shift
then
this
you pass
camera.
here,
Okay,
and
can.
then
Oh,
go,
la,
okay,
it's very
yeah.
big.
Very glary.
No.
Oh no, the
Oh no. Okay. No. It's
Long story.
us and our
This is high tech right here.
This is
Too high-tech
too
already,
high-tech
too
already.
high-tech.
You zoom
Okay,
in and then we
high-tech,
went blur.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, there you go. Can
the
closer,
glare,
the glare, closer.
There you go.
But it looks like art.
It does,
really
right?
looks
That's
like art.
brilliant.
And like, okay,
Wow.
you may not be able to tell the texture, but yes, I can
It's
see the
very
bubble wrap
arty.
texture.
I think if you zoom in the article, you'll be able to see the texture. Like
Yes.
it's like circles.
Yes, I can
circles.
actually see the little circles,
Yes,
like you
yes,
mentioned, of
exactly.
the bubble wrap. So that's really quite impressive. Yeah.
We spoke about this idea. You said home, office, third space is the mall. Is that happening with these two malls in particular, or is it still primarily commercial?
No, I would say it's definitely happening because City Square has also has also done like sort of made changes on the outside. So they've now got a train that they sort of rescued, an old train carriage that's there, and it's now going to be a sort of an eco hub. They've got workshops happening there, sort of activities.
Right.
So it's not just a place to go shop, tuition, whatever. It's like, oh, okay, we can actually do something more meaningful here. Mentioned the sort of communal spaces in sort of Bukit Batok, and the library. That's another third space actually within the mall
That's good.
itself.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, the other sort of third spaces that exist are maybe like playgrounds, but those aren't necessarily like all ages, right? So the mall sort of presents a sort of opportunity to bring all kinds of demographics, all ages. And then our weather with the air conditioning, it's also like it's a more comfortable place to be.
Definitely.
Sort of all in one.
Oh, but when you mentioned about weave in our previous interview with you, you said that one also tries to be more sustainable. So they kind of like, it's how they channel in the airflow and all that, which is also quite clever as well. Yeah, but I think, these are actually great spaces. I've always said to people, right, because I live near Vivo City. It's a huge mall, right? I feel like I could just put my running shoes on, right? And if I jog the whole, like every floor, right?
Vivo City.
I would be really
You've done a
fit.
marathon.
Correct. Right or not?
Wasn't
Yeah,
there a mall
it's huge.
marathon? A marathon in a mall recently?
Oh,
I think
really?
Funan had a run inside
That's
the mall
awesome.
at night or something. Either that or they had a rave. two
No, it
different.
was a rave.
different
Yeah, one's a marathon, the other's a rave. Hate to
It's
tell
a
you this,
marathon
babe,
of
but
a
that's
different
different.
kind.
But I
rave,
think
yeah.
Funan actually has like a sort of track there, so you could.
It's a
Is
cycling
it?
track.
Running,
It's a
right?
cycling
Yeah,
track.
yeah, yeah.
No, but you know what I mean, and it's in aircon, and then like say, maybe I'm running, I just feel like I
Rave
need a
marathon,
break.
same thing.
Yeah, or if I need a break, I just
Yeah,
stop
I can
and
see
I
you
take
doing a marathon, need a break, go down to the hawker center, fill yourself up on food, continue the marathon.
Will
after
I
that.
really be losing weight? But I will be happy. I
Yes,
will
you would
very
be.
happy.
You would be
I
very,
ju-
very happy.
You know what? Mall marathons. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah,
thing
yeah,
malls need to go into.
At night.
At night,
in the
like,
air
so that we don't-
conditioning,
yeah.
So yeah, because the heat is an issue, right, with these
Hey.
marathons. So
Sorry, folks, I don't understand these two women. Mall marathons.
It's like if running had to be compulsory, let's try and help people out.
yeah, and
See?
actually, like I was going to mention too,
Okay.
like West Mall used to have a cinema, right, and that closed
Oh,
down. But I mean, the
oh.
fact that people are not going to cinemas anymore, they are expecting different things from their malls.
Ah,
It
that's a
occurs
good
to me,
point.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so like they want more of these dynamic hangout spaces, not just go sit down, watch a movie spaces.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
No, it's just interesting that now people can sort of like come to expect, like communal spaces and stuff that from malls. So it's really changing the way I think we view malls.
We view malls.
Yeah, good.
And
good.
their space within the community. I
That's
guess.
true. That is very, very true. I never
guess.
thought of it this way. So this is really highlighting.
Yeah.
I look forward to your article coming out
Yeah.
on
Thank
the
you.
5th of December. Remember, lifestyle correspondent Yamini's article coming out in the Straits Times on the 5th of December. Please do check it out. Before we go, very fun, quick fire questions.
Okay, are we likely to find you at an indoor playground or at the library?
Oh,
Indoor playground, there are no other kids there.
why? Just be the big
One
kid
time I took
there.
my niece and nephew and a bunch of kindergartners came and it got scary. I thought people were going to get trapped because they were all like rushing into the tiny little space and I was like, oh my gosh.
I thought you'd be the queen of the playground.
No,
All
and
these
then
tiny
I'm also like,
little
am I going to get
minions.
stuck? Am I too big? I'm not even that big, but am I going to be stuck in this, space? But the library is great too. I do love library.
Okay, but more
Okay.
at the playground, huh? No.
What would be in your ideal neighborhood mall of the future? You can say anything. Lavi, you got an idea?
I already said mall marathons. That's the only way to get me to run. I hate running. But if it's
Okay.
in the mall with all the shops around
Okay.
and there's aircon, I might just do it.
Okay.
No,
What
I
would
do really like. I know I mentioned the Star Vista steps. I actually do really like that because it's literally just like a fun, it's very organic. It doesn't feel forced. It's just a place to sit down and soak in the vibes of the mall.
I tend to agree with you with that. I think those amphitheaters are a really good idea.
Yes, the amphitheater. Thank you. I was just calling it the steps.
Yeah, because more than just a gathering place, it gives you the opportunity to do other things. Your movie nights, your National
Exactly.
Day, all kind, even musical performances.
Yes.
It gives you an opportunity to do stuff.
That's very true. Actually, not a mall space, but it's like a commercial building. Is it Gino, the one in the west where you have like a few F&B places, but they got like a huge atrium and there's sort of like this amphitheater steps as
yeah.
well.
Oh, okay.
And then they have they've already held quite a number of like weekend markets.
Oh.
kind of
Yeah,
thing,
which is nice.
Yes,
It's
a
really
weekend
nice.
market. Yeah, that's a way for the community to sort of come together
Yeah.
and sort of,
Absolutely. So, final question. With all this happening in the West and West Mall getting all its, new stuff, would you ever move to the East?
oh no, this is no I wouldn't move to the
She says it cross fingers.
Actually, I think no. To be honest, I really have grown up in the West. I think it has a lot to offer. The greenery makes a difference to me.
Yeah.
In the city, and my parents are there. My old school's there. I think I am happy in the West. And if I move to the East, it's only for family reasons to sort of keep the family together. Yeah. So it's not even necessarily because I want to move to the East, but more because I think let's all stay closer together.
I see.
Yeah.
I
Us
see.
Westies got to stick together.
Yeah,
We don't need
Beach.
the
The
East.
beach is nice though. The beach would be nice to have.
Yes, can we look at a beach in the West somewhere, please?
Yeah, build one.
Oh,
Build
just
an
put a
artificial
beach in the mall lah, for you guys.
It's like Snow City. We do have Snow City.
There
in
you
the-
go. Oh, see?
Brisbane's got a beach right in the middle of the city, so why
Oh,
can't we
really?
have?
Oh.
Why can't we do it?
Yeah, we should
Oh.
try that.
We
yeah.
can do one out west,
Wow.
man-made beach.
Yeah. Let's do
You
that.
know what? They should leave the three of us, right, in charge of like
City planning.
City planning for Singapore. I think a lot of great things will come out.
Mall
Why you shake your
marathons.
head?
Nope.
Why you shake your head?
Because
Why?
50,000 people have 50,000 different ideas for you.
No, this only us three matter. Okay. Hey, but thanks so much for joining us
Thank
here
you.
on the Morning Drive, Yamini.
Thanks, guys. Always good to be here.